Megan's journey is a tale woven with twists that defy the ordinary. Raised within the confines of a strict Roman Catholic family, her path took a remarkable turn at the age of 20 when she embraced atheism. However, the tides of change surged through her existence following a near-death encounter in 2007, reshaping her convictions and spiritual beliefs. An ardent enthusiast of fitness, Megan immersed herself in the art of yoga and upheld a lifestyle synonymous with vitality. Yet, a sudden onset of excruciating stomach pain disrupted this equilibrium, defying the initial diagnosis of colitis. Struggling to find solace in medical aid, she faced skepticism from healthcare professionals, leaving her in a state of desperation. In a pivotal moment, a resounding voice urged her to provoke a stir, to demand the attention her plight deserved. In a daring move within the walls of a Catholic hospital, she catalyzed controversy, drawing the focus she sought and replacing an inadequate physician with a more competent successor. The revelation of kidney failure, concealed by the misdiagnosis, plunged her into a harrowing confrontation with mortality. As her condition deteriorated, she traversed into a near-death realm. Her consciousness traversed through ethereal landscapes, reminiscent of Earth's allure, with verdant grasslands and cerulean skies. A celestial rendezvous awaited her beneath the embrace of a tree. Jesus stood, a figure both familiar and astonishing. "You truly exist," she exclaimed, enveloped in his embrace. Their encounter unfurled a path unveiling spiritual guides: Archangel Michael, El Moria, Mother Mary, and Street Germain. In a golden capsule, a panoramic review of her life ensued, an intricate tapestry interwoven with her emotions and those of every soul entwined in her existence. Resonating profoundly within her spirit was the phrase, "This too shall pass," etching a deep impression upon her soul. Her journey through celestial planes unfolded, permeated by encounters with diverse spiritual entities espousing love as the crux of creation and existence. Commissioned with a sacred task, she embarked on penning a tome that would divulge her transcendent experiences, a beacon illuminating the paramount significance of love. Over time, she was visited by ethereal messengers, echoing the clarion call of spreading love and fostering comprehension. Conversations transpired with luminaries such as Marvin Gaye, Freddie Mercury, and Billie Holiday, imparting profound insights derived from their earthly trials, all centered on the essence of love. An encounter with Prophet Muhammad stood testament to boundless prayers for the Middle East and an unwavering love for humanity. The return to her corporeal vessel heralded a transformational awakening, infusing within her an unwavering commitment to disseminate these messages of love and empathy. Continually graced by celestial emissaries, Megan stands resolute, a conduit echoing the celestial chorus that reverberates through the universe. Love, the indomitable force steering existence. The celestial realm unveiled its wonders as she found herself in an ethereal encounter. Heaven's embrace wrapped her in a momentous meeting with Jesus. Radiating kindness, he possessed an arresting countenance, his long, wavy hair adding to his captivating aura. Overwhelmed by an outpouring of unconditional love, tears streamed down her face as he reassured her. His purpose was not to pass judgment, but to envelop her in love's embrace. A profound gesture followed as his hand gently touched her chest, casting forth a luminous beam that touched the very core of her soul. Soon after, she was whisked away from that transcendental moment into the presence of other guiding spirits, walking alongside them towards a majestic temple. Baffled yet curious, she discovered a congregation eagerly awaiting her arrival. Cherubs, adorned with golden trumpets, heralded her presence in a divine spectacle. The flood of these experiences left her awestruck, particularly considering her past adherence to atheistic beliefs. The scene unfolded further when Jesus ushered her through a doorway, while other guides followed suit. She took her place among them, with Jesus graciously pulling out a chair to her left. As she settled, she found herself in the company of Archangel Michael to her right, accompanied by Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, and an assembly of numerous other archangels encircling the golden table. Adjacent to Jesus sat an unfamiliar figure, later revealed to be God. Enthralled by the welcoming ambience and the divine discourse that ensued, she couldn't help but wonder about the identity of the enigmatic presence beside her. Then, unexpectedly, God's voice reverberated within her mind, confirming her return to Earth. Surprised by this telepathic communication, she was caught momentarily off guard. God, acknowledging her realization, smiled, assuring her that forgiveness had long been granted. This revelation eased her spirit, and in response, she expressed her relief. God encouraged her to be true to herself. In this and heartfelt divine message, White Eagle among the celestial entities urged her to ponder whether she was truly being or merely doing upon finding a white feather. Several messages echoed within her consciousness. Among these, she was presented with an opportunity to stay in heaven by crossing a colossal wooden door. Tempting though it was, a hint of Catholic guilt nudged her towards following the counsel given and returning to Earth. While maintaining a light-hearted demeanour, she absorbed their guidance earnestly. Remaining within the temple's sanctity, she engaged in conversations with God, the goddess, and fellow souls. Later escorted through diverse realms of heaven, she encountered entities resembling earthly humans and others from distant planets. Her depiction likened heaven to the bustling bar scene from Star Wars, a conglomerate of varied existences converging in divine harmony. Upon her return, she found herself back within the familiar confines of a tent, its interior draped in a regal hue of purple, a testament to the serenity that enveloped the space. It hosted a long table, a gathering point. In attendance were the revered archangels, a cohort from the temple, and those she had previously mentioned. The ambience was swiftly embellished as cherubs gracefully soared in, their presence illuminating the room with an ethereal glow. Then, amidst this divine congregation, Prophet Muhammad made his entrance. In reverence, all present bowed before him. His words resonated, urging her to convey a profound message. A constant stream of prayers directed towards the Middle East, extending benevolence to all, including herself. Listening intently to his words became her testament. Respectfully, she sought clarity, voicing her perplexity. Why am I entrusted with this message? I lack understanding. I'm unversed in your teachings. Dialogue. The initiator remains a distant memory, veiled in the obscurity of forgetfulness. Unexpectedly, a voice, whether Marvin Gaye's or perhaps Rick James, rose above the hushed whispers. Their plea echoed through the ages, urging her to delve into the complexities of the civil rights movement, to elucidate the struggles faced as a black individual during that tumultuous epoch. Yet, politics failed to ignite her passion. She remained averse. Their voices intertwined, weaving narratives of adversity and strife. Ella Fitzgerald. Into it. A powerful message emerged, a message transcending time and space, that love, the purest force, fuels creation. Her calling crystallized to carry forth this mandate. In the sanctum of the temple, a divine decree emerged. She was to author a book. Years ensued, marked by ethereal visitations since 2007, a compulsion to transcribe these celestial encounters culminating in a published tome just last year. These encounters remain spontaneous, beyond her mortal orchestration, a testament to her role as a bearer of celestial messages. Her most recent encounter echoed with the words, "Time until November." Consequently, her book saw the light on 11/12/22, an occurrence she hadn't orchestrated, but found manifesting itself. These souls were carriers of breathtaking messages, pure in their beauty. The evening comprised a concert, a farewell festivity dedicated to her departure. Events orchestrated by a divine entity. She, however, hadn't subscribed to such beliefs, often challenging the divine in the confines of Roman Catholicism. Then, a moment post a near-death ordeal, as she tuned into National Geographic, portrayal of God encapsulated in Jesus' visage within the Shroud of Turin. Her thought echoed, "This isn't solely Jesus, this is God." Closed eyes reflected not serenity, but a tinge of disheartenment at Jesus' crucifixion. Jesus and Prophet Muhammad stood as embodiments of supreme love's frequency on earth, matched in stature, but rooted in disparate epochs. An array of events unfurled subsequently. Vivid in her memory remains the instant she stood encircled by ascended masters, saints, and archangels. Cherubic beings fluttered around, igniting teardrops in her eyes, reluctance settling in her heart about the return to earth. Their emphasis resounded. Return mandated, unfulfilled duties awaited. She implored, "I wish not to return. Here, I long to stay." Their rebuttal echoed, "Staying isn't an option. Return or consider a path of reincarnation." The notion of reincarnation weighed too heavily, triggering streams of sorrow. One after another, hands elevated, sharing fleeting yet profoundly affectionate messages. The specifics eluded her recollection, but warmth and tenderness brimmed within each communique. A radiant white flame emanated from their palms, enfolding her essence, pacifying her, mollifying her anguish gradually. The journey then traced back to moments guided by Jesus and Street Germain. Though the distance covered remains elusive, the olive tree emerged from the sanctuary. Beneath its shade, Street Germain nestled, while conversation unfurled between Jesus and her. A gaze from Jesus, accompanied by the directive, "Your return is imminent." Her play followed, "Jesus, I can't bear the return. Earthly existence daunts me. This love, unprecedented, I yearn to linger." A compassionate smile graced Jesus' visage, employing what she'd later perceive as Jesus Psychology 101. An image materialized, her husband from that era and their 4-year-old son. In sync, their silent plea echoed, "Stay, we need you." Overwhelmed, she faced Jesus. "My son relies on me. I must go back." Jesus nodded, affirming, "Return you must." An embrace lay, heralding her embarkation back. Amidst a dusty path, a wooden shack beckoned. Robes and stoles found sanctuary in a wicker basket, a ritual unclear in purpose. The task complete, the journey back into her physical form commenced. A panorama of blooms, towering grasslands, distant trees greeted her leftward glance. Prophet Muhammad and celestial beings converged once more. As their paths intertwined and drew closer, she approached him, culminating in a momentous meeting. Although the exact phrasing eluded her memory, she peered deeply into his eyes and conveyed, "I must return." In response, he softly acknowledged, "I understand." Communicating her hesitancy, she confided, "I'm hesitant to depart." His words resonated with reassurance. "Megan, you'll navigate this." I'm a constant presence, offering unwavering love and protective guidance. Despite her reluctance, she proceeded on her journey. Venturing onward, she traversed until enveloped by clouds, finding herself once again within her physical form. Her eyes fluttered open, greeted by the figure of a nurse. Overwhelmed by the encounter, she exclaimed, I just glimpsed Jesus, the foremost recollection that surged forth. Since that profound encounter, she's been graced with frequent visits from Jesus, Archangel Michael, God, and the Goddess, at times individually and occasionally in collective presence. On a singular occasion, she ascended into the clouds, seated among an illustrious assembly at the golden table in the temple, an ethereal gathering featuring God, cherubs, and archangels. Each visit unfolded as a remarkable experience, bearing poignant messages of significance.